Okay, here I am, First Friday Art Walk in downtown Columbia. We're in a place called Artist Alley. So there's a studio right there, one of them. This whole alley, like all the way down studios. But here's my little setup. Just have a little table, all my jewelry. I forgot part of my display, so that's amazing. And then I have my one piece of my old window. And then like on the other side of this building here, like on that road back there, a whole row of gallery and vintage stores. And then gallery over there. It's always a lot of fun. It's always very interesting. Well, interesting because I get to talk to a lot of interesting people that come through. They're all very like into really creative things, and they like to talk about creative things. So I get a little bit talked out by the end of the night at this event, but it's still a lot of fun. Alright, half an hour in, and I've got one pair of earrings. It's behind where I usually am the first Friday, but let's see. Guys, so I'm still at one pair of earrings, but I just freaking sold my window. My window. My window. This guy just sold. Hello, how are you?
Of course. At engagement rings. Whether Ben's looking with her yet or not, I don't know. But she definitely was.
That's about right.
And they were all gorgeous. And I was like, okay.
Alright, so right now it is 7:30. Since the last time I spoke with you guys, I have sold one necklace and 5 watch bands. Also, sorry I have to hold you close because of this music. A woman who owns a party planning business, like weddings and big birthdays or whatever, took pictures of my window and took like my card, all my information. She said that her brides are always asking for someone to do flower preservation, so she's gonna give them my info. Technically, it's over, but there's still people walking up this way. Like, I'm not shutting down yet. The lady who bought the window came and picked it up. I've got to tell you that I am like freaking out. Like, I am like sick to my stomach freaking out. I don't know why, but I'm just like, oh my god, it is like an old window. What if something happens to that when she's on her way home? Like, oh god, like I would feel just so awful. I mean, it's not my fault, right? If something happened to it in her car, but still. Good morning. So it is obviously the next day, and we are sitting outside Unity Church waiting to get in to set up. If I have the opportunity to set up like the day before an event, I like to do it even if it's a small event, just so I can show up the day of and go in. Couldn't do that because I was at First Friday Art Walk last night, so I am here and I'm early. They are opening the doors at 7:30 to let vendors in to, set up or just arrive. It is 7:18. I have this tendency to be early all the time. I just freak out. If I'm on time, I'm late. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys my setup in here. A little bit different since it's a smaller space than normal, but as always, jewelry's out front. I have one little shelf with me, just a few journals and bookmarks and gnomes, and then I have more journals and bookends and some ornaments back here, more bookmarks. Forgot to mention, I sold a watch before it even started. Another vendor came and bought one. It just officially opened, so we shall see. Normally I stand up almost the entire time, but I'm just gonna sit here and relax while I wait. Okay guys, check this out. I flipping love this. I'm gonna have to stay away from this table. So I'm gonna want to buy something like it. I wonder how much a bag is. That might be. Oh, for the love. I came here to make money. Okay, slight alteration. I just kind of tilted that shelf out. It opens up that entrance space a little bit, and people, I think, can see it more easily walking past. All right, 2 hours in, I have only sold 2 watches. There's just not a lot of my demographic hanging out here. All right, here we are, day 2 at the Unity Church craft show. Yesterday was not amazing, not at all. I barely exceeded the booth fee yesterday. We'll see how today goes. Honestly, when I decided to do this event, I knew it was not going to be good. All right, been here about 10 minutes and we are $20 on the board. Well, I mean, we have an hour left and I have to double check, but I've made at least what I made yesterday. All right, so that was my last weekend doing those 2 events. Not super exciting. Okay, so we'll start with the lesser of the 2, in my opinion. And that was at the Unity Church, the 2-day craft show at Unity. It was not great. It was not. And I knew going in, honestly, that it wasn't going to be. I was not planning to do that event this year. I did it last year to try it out because another vendor had told me, they make like clay jewelry, and they had told me that they did well there the year prior. So I tried it last year and it wasn't great. It's not like I lost money last year or this year, but it just, wasn't worth the time. The money made wasn't worth the time. But I ended up doing it because I was at First Friday Art Walk. What was it? September? August? I don't know. It was a couple months ago. And one of the congregation members who, she's one of the people who, organize it, saw me and was like, "Are you going to come back this year? Blah, 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 blah. Everybody talked about all of your jewelry and this and that last year after you left." Okay. And I felt guilty. I felt so guilty. So I just, said yeah and went ahead and did it, fully knowing how it was going to be, that half the day I was going to sit there staring off into space while there was really no one there. Now that church is very artsy and very much into repurposed things, recyclable things, initiatives, that sort of thing. But the age demographic is not my primary demographic. Anyway, so most of the people very much appreciate my work at that church, but they don't necessarily buy it because they're not at the age where they're buying stuff. That's just how it is. But I did make some sales. Like I said, I didn't lose money. And if you saw my last budget video, you know that I didn't pull a lot of profit out of last weekend. I did retain quite a bit of the money I made because anyway, I have an event that I'm paying for that I've never done before next year. But anyway, that's another day. But there were some positives out of that event. I did get quite a few new Instagram followers out of the people that were there, within my normal primary demographic. I got quite a few Instagram followers. And 2 of the ladies there brought me some old watches. One of them remembered me from last year and she brought them in. Yeah, so I have, I counted them really. I think I have right at about 20 free watches. I tried to pay them and they were like, no. I need to get rid of these things. Okay. But they gave me some pretty cool ones. Oh, this is a little Christmas one. You can see some of these have like wear on them. That does not matter at all. Some people don't like it. A lot of people do. A lot of them want that wear. Okay. I'm not going to show you all of these, but yeah, I did get some. She's got like separated. I've got some like little golden ones, and this one's pretty cool. Cuff, you know, and I like the face. That'll make a really good earring. But yeah. So that was very, very good. I also was next to that watercolor artist and made friends with her. So it's always really good to make those connections with other vendors, especially other vendors who are successful at what they're doing. That's the best way to find out, like, how do you do this? Where do you go? You know, all these tips and tricks and yeah, networking, I guess is what you would call that, networking. Anyway, so that is what Unity was good for, really. Friday Night Art Walk was so fun. I had so much fun. And I did freak out a little bit about that window. I was a little bit freaked out. That sucker sold within 30 minutes of being there. I was like, what is happening? And then after it sold, 4 people came up because I held it at the table for the woman who purchased it while she was going around through all the other galleries. I held it at the table and it was there for about 2 hours. She bought it like 30 minutes in and then came and got it kind of as things were wrapping up. But I had no less than 4 people come up and try to buy it. One of them offered me more money for it so they could take it. And I was like, what is happening? Yeah. And then I had several young women around the table, like trying on all the jewelry. And a middle school age girl came up and she was looking and she ran off like all excited to her mom, like, Mom, you gotta come and look at this, blah, blah, blah. Some people going by just looked at me and they were like, people really go crazy over your stuff. Like, yeah. Oddly, yeah, they do. In the right place. In the right place, the right demographic, they do. So I was really, really happy about that and really encouraged, you know, especially after coming off some events that were like not amazing. Yeah. I mean, Covered Bridge was like the last real event I did, and it was okay. I mean, we talked about that. It was okay. I was still able to bring home some money, but not what I was hoping for and not what people kind of described it to be. Yes, but First Friday art walks are great because it's only $35. It's only a few hours. The salsa dancing that just kind of erupted was incredible. It was a vibe. It was a good vibe. And yeah, had a great time. I got a lot of Instagram followers that night. Yeah, I'm really trying to like actively get social media followers. I like that is one of the best ways to expand business. I think generally speaking, but I mean for sure, like your own business, social media is the best way to do it. And I did put some things up on Etsy, and a few of you have purchased some things, so thank you very much. My ornaments on Etsy are sold out, and I don't have, well, I have the little dried flowers on the wood. Those are still up and available, but my big ones are gone for now. I have an event on Sunday. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have five remaining that I'm taking with me there. If they don't sell there, I will have them up on Etsy. I'll go ahead and show you guys what they are, because some of them I don't have the little things on. Can't see it too well. That's an orange dahlia. And then I have 2 yellow dahlias. These ornaments are heavy, by the way, because they are kind of thick resin on there. But I have 2 yellow dahlias and 2 different zinnias. I have 1 more purple zinnia remaining. And then I have this little zinnia. It's kind of yellow. Yeah. But that's what I have left. I have more, I grow zinnias and dahlias in my yard. So I do have more that I could make. And I'm considering doing so. They take a little while to make. I don't, just because of the resin I use. But I might make 1 more round and put up on Etsy, for selling in December. After my Sunday event, I'm going to get the bookmarks, some of the ephemera packs, and what else? Oh, jewelry, of course, will be up on Etsy. If you guys are interested in that, that will be up next week sometime. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, it will be. Yeah, sorry, this isn't super interesting, but just kind of wanted to, bring you guys along on those little events and do kind of a short recap at the end. I plan to have 1 more, little craft show vloggy video up with my event on Sunday. I don't know how that one's going to go. This is an event I've done, this will be my 3rd year doing it. My first year, this will be my first year fully doing it with my current business as it stands now. The first year I did it and I was just doing like the little crafty stuff or just, kind of like random things, and I still sold well. Last year, I did a mix of what I do now and that other stuff. I was trying to sell off some of that stuff. But this year is the first year that I am fully doing it as the High Low Craft Co., which is my business that has been going for almost 2 years now. We'll see how it goes, but it's in a different location. Normally it was in like a conference room at kind of a nice-ish hotel here in town. The person who organizes it couldn't get back in there, so now we're at a winery in a town just out in Rocheport, Missouri. It's just outside of Columbia. So I don't know how that's gonna go. It's definitely a risk, but I've worked with Denise so many times, like those events, and she's also the person who runs First Fridays. She's the business that we all set up in front of. Or her studio is, whatever. So I know there will be a lot of effort put in, but we will see. We'll see. I will try to record that. Hopefully it will be interesting. If it's not super interesting, then I won't. Maybe. I don't know. It's up in the air. We'll see. We'll see. And then going forward, as of right now, that is the last event I am for sure doing. There is 1 more First Friday in December, and that one depends on the weather. If it is beyond cold, I won't do it. I did it last year. I did very well. I did very well last year for the 2.5-ish hours that it lasts. I did very, very well. So if the weather is good, I will do it again. But that is up in the air. So I'm not counting on that as an event as far as I'm concerned. This coming Sunday is my last event of the year. And then I'll be sitting down and kind of looking at next year, like really going over the things that worked this year, the things that were total fails this year, and how to apply like my lessons from this year to next year. Anyway, I have some stuff I need to go do today. So I will end this video here. But thank you guys so much for watching and, you know, coming along with me on all of my little adventures.